I was talking about the practice of staying with yourself, the importance of staying with yourself, whatever goes on outside you, whatever goes on inside you. And this is a practice that will radically change your life because it's the practice of self devotion, self love. And the opposite to self devotion is self abandonment. And I talk from experience because years and years ago, I practiced the high art of self abandonment by self loathing, eating disorders, addictions, alcoholism, toxic relationships, spending all my money. Well, I didn't have any. Um, and so that was a long time ago. And then slowly over the years, I've been raising my standards, demanding more from myself, really taking full ownership for how I've been moving through the world because who we are, the relationship we have with ourselves, shapes absolutely everything around us. And so a couple of years ago, I noticed the self abandonment was sneaking in again, but it was way more subtle. My life was good, and I was living. I'm in Turkey. I moved to Turkey from the UK. I was living here, had great business, financial independence, living out my dreams. And I found myself drinking the odd glass of wine every single night and then dating men that I didn't respect. And the way that I knew this was out of kilter for me was there was an internal war starting to happen. There was a part of me that was like, you don't need to do this, you don't need to live like this. And yet what I did at the time was I would drink another glass of wine to numb it out or go and date somebody else so I'd be busy so I didn't have to listen to my own inner wisdom, because self-devotion is about listening and acting upon your inner wisdom. So I cleaned up my act. I've been sober for probably a year and a half, from booze and from drugs. It's been a very long time, nearly 20 years. And then this brings me up to the present moment because it was just this thought that I was having, and it needs a little bit more back history on this. So I'm in Turkey, and when I have an adult son, he's nearly 26. When he was younger, I was an addict. So I was an absent mother. I did a really poor job. I was a terrible mother. And over the years, for quite a lot of years, I denied it. I didn't even look at it because I was too busy doing drinking drugs, dating horrible people. But slowly over the years, as I've cleaned my act up, that relationship with myself and how I showed up as a mother really started to, I had to look at it. And the pain of looking at that it still is quite intense at times. And I remember a couple of years ago, I was writing, one of my practices is daily writing, morning pages from Julia Cameron. And I was writing in my journal, I was like, would you consider that you could be a good mother? And I wrote back immediately, no, I can't even consider that I could be a good mother. And I knew well enough how I run inside and how we must meet ourselves with compassion and not force ourselves. I was like, okay, I left it. And then I would gently return back to it over this whole period of a year. I would gently go back into this question, this self-inquiry. Are you willing to be a good mother? No. And if it was a firm no, I left it again, wandered off back into my life. And then I'd come back to it. Are you willing to be a good mother? And at some point I said, yes, I'm willing. I have no idea how I'm going to do that, but I'm willing. And then again, I left it because the willingness, and I opened a door to myself. It's like, yes. So I was like, okay, I trust that this is going to unfold, however it's going to unfold. Our ego mind wants a linear path, wants a strategy. So my ego mind wants a strategy to be a good mother, but I knew that this wasn't going to come from my ego. So I left it. And then fast track to the beginning of this year. And some more history. My adult son and I were estranged. We didn't talk to each other for a couple of years. So our relationship was very fraught. So how our relationship was when he was younger. It's all starting to come through into adulthood, all the cracks. And he was struggling back in England, and there was this voice inside me. It's like, invite him to live here with you in Turkey, and make it a conditional invite. No, an unconditional, whatever, that's a Freudian slip, but make it an unconditional invite. So he comes for an expanse of time, just rests and takes good care of himself. And there was a part of me that's like, oh no, I can't do this, and what's going to happen? Ego. And I was like, no, we need to do this. So anyway, I reached out. I said, come and live with me in Turkey. He was like, yes, so, And so anyway, he's here. So fast track on to another 6 months. And we're intentionally co-creating a different relationship. Although I know I'm the elder, so I take the lead. I mirror, I guide. I don't always do a good job of it. Although overall, my intention is to be a better mother. And so I noticed something today actually it's been most of this week, that his mood is different. And I noticed my reaction to his mood. Now, there was a part of me, because he's shifted, so his mood has changed. He's become more insular, so he's pulled away from me. And there's the law of polarity. And so there's a part of me that wants to go towards him, wants to fix it, wants to do more, wants to make it all better. That also originates from my wounded inner child. So I noticed that. But then there's another part of me that goes, fuck that, I'm not going towards that. We're going to shut down, put our defences up, because if we go towards and he brushes us off or dismisses us, then we're going to be rejected and abandoned. This is another part of my wounding. So I'm having this like whole inner turmoil to my son. I mean, I don't even know what's going on with my son, because I'm like, all I know is he's changed and he's pulled away, he's become more insular. And then I'm just having this internal battle within me. It's like, oh, we should go, make it all better, fix it, be nicer. And then there's another part, it's like, no, don't do that, because we're going to get abandoned, we're going to get rejected. So anyway, I had to sit with all of that. And then I was like, well, what do you want to do? And how do you want the relationship to move ahead? And I was like, well, it's honesty. It's one of my values. We move with honesty. So, and as I said, I don't always get this right. And I just had a conversation with him. I was like, I noticed that you're different. And actually you're being abrupt. I feel like you're being abrupt and quite rude to me, quite offish. And I'm like, I don't really know how to handle that. And he shared a little bit more about what was going on. He did it in a quite defensive way. He learnt from the best from his mother. And I was like, oh, okay, all right. And this is, see, all of this is a lesson in staying with myself, right? So all of it is a lesson in staying myself. And so as he says, I don't want to talk about it anymore, there's a part of me, I can feel my mother in me as well as I do this, there's a part of me that wants to go in and go, well, why don't you want to talk about it? I want to talk about it. And it's like, it's not my agenda. This is, he's actually asserted a boundary. My job is to be able to honour that boundary and also not project all my shit onto my son. So when he said, I don't want to talk about it anymore, I took a deep breath, because that really triggers my I'm being rejected, I'm being abandoned, no one loves me. So I'm like, okay, all right, I appreciate you telling me how you feel. And so then I come outside and I calm my tits, calm myself down, breathe, do some writing, look out at my view. I've got a nice view, and like just go, it's okay, it's all right. And this is staying with yourself. It's not bubble baths and the latest Korean glass skincare. This is self-care. This is how you change. This is how you grow. This is how you have better relationships, deeper connections, deeper intimacy. How can you have deeper intimacy if you can't be honest with yourself, if you can't stay with yourself? So from me living in self-devotion to you, I hope this helped.